Hello, welcome back to the Castle Combat YouTube channel. So I know I've been inactive for a while, and that's because school started and I had a lot to do, and yeah, but it's summer and I'm gonna be able to upload a lot more. Next week I'm actually gonna be gone, but I can upload this week and then for a while after that. So we'll see what happens. Also, I'll try to upload more during the school year. Okay, but let's get to the video. So I wanted to talk about these, and I don't know if a lot of people know. Oops. A lot of people don't know, but the Grail is actually a treasure card now. It used to be a neutral card, so treasure cards are basically neutral. They can go in any deck. They're just treasure. They're just gold, and they look really cool. There's also they redid the swords, so they have a lot of cool swords here, and they have this mask. I'll go over what these do in a little bit. But yeah, these are really awesome, and they can do a lot of cool stuff, and you can put them in any deck, really, or not really any deck. Red Razor can go in any deck, or any deck with a knight, and then some of these just go with good guys and bad guys. So yeah, that's basically treasure cards. Nothing too different. I mean, they're really interesting cards, and I'd say if you get one, put it in your deck. If you see someone with it, try to trade for it because they are just really, really good. So first, I'm gonna go over the Grail. I think I did in the past, and the effect hasn't changed much, but I'll just go over them again. So before battle, roll for result. 1, no effect. 2 or 4, 2 through 4, sorry. +1 power to your warrior. 5 +2 power, and 6 +3 power. I actually think the Grail is different than it was. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think the old Grail, if you roll a 1, you're removed from the game, and this one is not that, so that's really, really cool. Before battle, you can remove the Grail from the game and return 1 warrior from dungeon to field of battle, and that is really cool, and yeah. Grail's abilities cannot be negated, so if you're against like a Morgan, I think, you will not be too disappointed because he cannot negate you. Same with Oath of the Owl, they can't really do anything against you, and that's really nice. We'll go over Curse. So let's see, let's focus this. If you win the battle versus a good guy, then you can remove from the game you can remove them from the game along with the sword. So you don't have to do that, but it can be really nice. Like if your opponent's deck is like a revival deck, like Nightshade or some other things like Baba Yaga. Can't think of any right now, but there's some others that can revive. Then you can remove them from the game, and they can't revive them because they're out of the game. It's really cool, really nice, really awesome. They can go with any bad knight, and they also don't count as a color. Eclipse created this sword. Its power cannot be negated. So let's put that guy back in there. So again, I think most of these actually can't be negated, which is really cool. We'll go over Indigo. And by the way, these are all 0 powers except for Emerald. Yeah. So if you win a battle, roll a dice. You can bring back 1 warrior from the dungeon with the exact same power score from dungeon to winners. So that is really nice. That's kind of like Pharaoh Frostbite's ability, I think. I think he does the same. And that's really cool. That's a really cool ability because, I mean, if you don't have Pharaoh Frostbite and you have this, then that's really nice. If you even have Pharaoh Frostbite, I was thinking you can make some really insane kind of combinations for revival. Some really nice decks with that kind of stuff, like with the Grail, Indigo. I mean, obviously these can go together because good guy, and then that would be, I guess, bad guy. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure someone could figure something out. Roll 2 dice and choose the highest. If you roll a 6, you auto-win the battle. If you roll double 6s, you remove your foe from the game. If you roll double 1s, then your knight and Red Razor are removed from the game. So Red Razor is pretty good. It kind of reminds me of I can't think of his name right now, but there's this other card that does something very similar. But yeah, that one can be Red Razor cannot be negated, which is one of the main differences there. And I really like the ones where if you get to reroll, because it's kind of like, I mean, you get more than one chance to get a 6, and that's really cool. So let's look at Blue Bolt. He teams up with one knight. Before battle, say Blue Bolt and roll a die. If you roll higher than your foe's power, they are frozen and they are half their power rounded up. And that's also really cool because, I mean, it kind of reminds me of, I'm saying all these people that remind me of it, kind of Io Kane the Insane. How if you would roll and then it would be subtracted from their thing. It's kind of like a Bog Lord also type thing where if you roll their if you roll their power, then you can subtract. You can make them half their score, and that's really nice because if you don't have a Dragon Lord and you're against a Dragon Lord, you can put him down to a 3 and pretty easily take him out if you have someone like Sir Drake or something. So that's really cool. Margul's Mask. If you win a battle, roll a die. If you roll a 1, then your wizard and Margul Mask are removed from the game, so try not to roll a 1, I guess. If you roll a 2 or higher, though, you can bring back one random card from your dungeon to your hand. Your opponent shuffles your deck, and you take the top card. So this one can be negated, unfortunately. Put that there. This one can be negated, unfortunately. But it is kind of like, it's kind of like a grubby thing where unless you, you're okay unless you roll a 1. And the chances are you're probably not going to roll a 1, so you should be good to go. So yeah, definitely put that one somewhere. And it can go anywhere. It doesn't have to go to Margul. I'll show you Margul in a little bit, because I think he's a new card. Relatively new, at least. When battling dragons, roll 2 dice and choose the highest. If you roll doubles, then add them together. So that is really cool. Let's see, when battling dragons. Okay, yeah, so if you're against a dragon, I mean, he's already a +1, so that's already, like, a really nice thing to do. He teams up with good, so, like, let's look through our good knights. Give us a second. So let's say the Green Knight. You team off with the Green Knight. And he's already a +1 versus dragons, so that's already fantastic. That makes him a 7 right there. Just right off the bat, he's a 7. Because this is +1 against dragons. Alright, I mean, this guy's +1 against dragons, and this guy is a 1 already. Then you roll 2 dice, and, you can choose the highest, which is great. So, say you roll a 6 already, you just roll a 6 and a 1, then you are a 13, which is really cool. And a lot of cards cannot beat 13. So if you're making a good guy deck, that's perfect. But if you manage to roll 2 6s, I mean, you can do it with any number. You can roll 2 1s and you still get 2 extra, which is, I mean, 9 is still pretty impressive. If you roll 2 1s, if you get like the worst combination, you can still get a 9, which is really hard to beat. But if you roll 2 6s, your opponent can't really do anything. If you understand what I'm saying, like, okay, so 6 and 6 is 12. Plus the 5, which is 17, plus 2 more, which is 19. So if you get the 2 6s with Emerald, and you're using the Green Knight, and you're against a dragon, you're 19, and there's not much a Grendel can do against a 19. I don't think he even stands a chance against a 19. So yeah, really look out for these combinations, look out for these cards. If you see anyone using it, then yeah, that's going to be a really powerful thing, I think. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and see you in the next video.